It's a critical time in Congress as lawmakers juggle the threat of a government shutdown, economic turmoil and the fate of President Joe Biden's agenda. And no one has any idea what will happen. Lawmakers are scrambling to fund the government before the September 30th deadline. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told Congress the agency will run out of cash by October 18. At which point the country will stop being able to pay its bills, Social Security and veterans benefits will be at risk of serious delay, and the already fragile economy will likely take a downturn. Republicans are refusing to vote to raise the debt ceiling by mid-October, ostensibly to protest government spending, even though they added trillions to the deficit during the Trump administration. Democrats technically have the ability to raise it on their own through the reconciliation process but say the procedural maneuver is just too tricky and would derail the legislative calendar, which is very likely why Republicans are refusing to help out. Meanwhile, the entirety of the Biden agenda is seemingly on the brink of crashing down. Conservative Democrats refuse to move negotiations forward on a reconciliation bill unless the House sends a bipartisan infrastructure bill to Biden's desk. But progressive Democrats refuse to back the bipartisan infrastructure bill until there's meaningful progress on the reconciliation bill, which is meant to advance some of the most important aspects of Biden's agenda, from climate proposals to policies like paid leave. Trust among the Democratic ranks has been slowly unraveling for months as conservative Democrats show just how far they are from the agenda Biden campaigned and won on. And progressives, who are suddenly aligned with the president and, for the most part, the party's leadership, don't believe their moderate colleagues will negotiate in good faith. Congress is facing some major deadlines. One is on September 30th, when funding to operate the federal government lapses. Democratic leadership wants to extend funding at current levels through December 3rd, and so far it looks like they will do so. The Senate has plans to pass a spending bill, with some additional funds for hurricane relief and Afghan refugees, within the next 24 hours. Republicans more or less seem to be on board. But Congress has another deadline to meet that Republicans want nothing to do with. The Treasury Department says it will run out of cash to pay the nation's bills by mid-October. Congress has had to raise the debt ceiling more than 90 times over the course of history, including 3 times under Trump, in order to allow the Treasury Department to borrow money to pay the debts incurred from past legislation. Senate Republicans objected to a House-passed bill this week that would have both funded the government through December and also averted the United States defaulting on its debt holdings. It's not that congressional Republicans want the country to default. They want to make Democrats deal with the debt ceiling, and they want to make it as hard as possible for them to do so. To go it alone, Democrats would have to do it through the reconciliation process, a budget maneuver that allows Democrats to pass a bill with only a simple majority.